Hello everybody, and today we are doing What If Deku Had a Lightning Quirk, Part 3. If you guys hear any background music, that's my brother raging while he plays Destiny 2. Yeah, so, in our first ever poll on the channel, we got 63% for What If Deku Had a Lightning Quirk. Somehow, we had more people wanting the Demon Quirk than people who wanted the Cat Quirk, even though the Cat Quirk got 300 views. So, that's just a tad odd. Anyway, so this is Otaku, and we are going onto the video. What if? Oh, sorry guys. What if Deku got a lightning quirk? So, we continue this off right when Izuku and his class got to the summer training camp. Yeah, okay. I do want to point out, guys. Yeah, I'm sad to say this also, but Izuku. No. Okay, no, I had the time wrong. Okay, so I will be doing, for the first time, I'll be doing the provisional hero license, which is right after the summer training camp. No, that's after All for One. Which, yeah, okay. I just want to point that out for you all. Okay, so when Izuku and his class all arrives at the camp, Izuku, who was waiting for them the entire time, all of them are introduced to the Pussycats and Koda. And when Izuku is like, "Oh, hey there, little guy," as Koda looks up to him and he's like, "Oh," as he punches Izuku in the nards, as Izuku is in just agony. I'll be right back, guys. Hey, everybody. So, I just had an issue. We continue right after Izuku was hit in the nards by Koda. And Ida immediately runs to Izuku's support like, "You little brat, why would you do that? That is super rude and just completely uncalled for." And Izuku just stares at him like, why did he do that? And Koda looks back like, "I don't care about you all and you wannabe heroes," as Bakugo points out. Cute kid. As Uraka is just like gawks at that. Yeah. Izuku, was quickly ran up to by Toga, and she says, "Hey, Izuku." Wait, guys. While I'm recording, because I don't want to stop, let's go down here. Was this the one? Yeah, okay. Just making sure that this was the one. Okay. So, Himiko and Ochaku immediately start making a conversation that is kind of flirty, and with Izuku. And yeah. So that's how it is for a couple days, until at the end of one of the days of training, they do a courage test, but not for the students who are, they failed their finals. So Izuku, goes out with Toga, we'll say. And as they're walking, and they're behind with Bakugo and Todoroki, and all four of them are walking, when Izuku spots a blue flame in the distance. As Izuku goes to point that out, Himiko's like, "Oh, you're right, Izuku." As Todoroki's like, "This isn't good. I think it's another villain attack, everyone." As Izuku is like, "Understood," as he makes a giant cloud under all of them, and they start floating up. As Izuku sees 5 men on a mountain, and he sees a couple of them jumping down the mountain, as Izuku throws a massive lightning bolt at one that was in a cloaked figure. And Izuku hits him, and the man is immediately just thrown far back. He can't see the man anymore. But when Izuku then floats them higher in the air, he sees the man coming to them. As Izuku's like, okay, guys. Bakugo, you stay with me. Toga. Stay with me. Todoroki, go fight some villains. And probably meet up with Aizawa. Let him know on the situation. Todoroki is like, understood, Izuku. As Izuku watches as Muscular comes towards them. And he gets his arm enveloped in lightning. And he's like, this is it. Get ready, everybody. As Izuku feels a cut on his arm. And he's like, what the? As Toga quickly snatches some blood, becomes Izuku. And she's like, now we're both Izuku. As she starts throwing lightning bolts at Muscular. As Izuku's like, okay. Not my plan, but whatever. As he starts throwing very strong lightning bolts. And Muscular, who's just completely tanking them, jumps up to the cloud. And Bakugo meets him there with a massive explosion to the face. But Muscular grabs Bakugo through the explosion, and with Muscular's tiny bit burned face, punches Bakugo in the gut as hard as he can, knocking the hero out. As Muscular throws Bakugo towards where they were all going to meet up later. And yeah, Izuku's like, crap. As he makes a massive lightning bolt out of both of his arms and shoots it at Muscular. As it hits Muscular and just shreds a couple muscle fibers. As he quickly regrows them and is like, so you're the strongest one here, eh? You are so weak. As he looks up to the other Izuku, as Muscular's like, so two quirks. Cloning. You'd be good to take back. So, Muscular wants everyone to get his quirk. As you'd imagine. Cloning is overpowered. But, Muscular thinks it's cloning. No, that's actually just Toga. As Izuku quickly jumps up and says, well, what if I do this? As he makes a massive lightning bolt, and he says, Zeus lightning bolt, as he shoots it down at Muscular. And Muscular immediately swells up with all of his muscle fibers and actually catches it. But, the muscle fibers are quickly being shredded to pieces by the lightning bolt. But Muscular quickly grabs it and throws it at Izuku. And Izuku immediately dodges it. As Izuku's like, this madman. I can't do anything to him. As Izuku looks to his arm and says, full power. As he goes up into the sky. And in a very cool manner, he sways his legs open and says, lightning bolt of doom, as a massive lightning bolt, like say a spirit bomb size, forms under his legs, as Izuku also on his arms makes the same thing. And as Muscular watches, thinking he'll just be able to throw this back, Izuku combines the two electricity bombs as he says, battery bomb, as he throws it at Muscular. As Muscular jumps into it and starts hitting it back, Toga, who is behind Muscular, makes a Zeus lightning bolt as she watched Izuku do it and threw it at Muscular in his neck. As Muscular was hit, he screamed in agony as his entire normal human body was overran with electricity. And then he was consumed by the magneton battery ball of electricity. And Muscular, once the explosion dissipated, was he was Ash. Yeah, that's how that works. So Izuku flies over to Bakugo and quickly picks him up. And as he does that, he sees a purple mist in the distance also. But as he thinks about flying towards it, he sees it quickly dissipate. As Izuku thinks, good. But when he sends Bakugo back up onto the main cloud, he's met on the ground by Dabi. And everyone else who was still running there. Izuku, surprised about this, is like, so you are the one with the blue flames. As Dabi's like, what do you want, hero? I'm not here to cause trouble with you. After all, you're the one Stain thought was worth living, we'll say. I won't be the one to kill you. Heck, I won't even harm you. Just go away. As Izuku, who was a little intimidated, was like, understood. As he quickly flew back up to the main cloud. As Toga asks what happened, Izuku's like, doesn't matter. Let's go back to the main camp. And they pick up a couple students along the way, and Izuku, with his cloud, forms a hand of electricity and smashes Tokuyami's a massive dark shadow. And yeah. And everyone is then put onto the massive cloud. And they fly back over to the main part of the camp. And Izuku's like, wait, everyone's here. Where's Todoroki? As Aizawa arrives with Todoroki on his back, badly beaten. And Izuku's like, what happened? As Aizawa was like, I met a monster. You know those Nomu? There were 2 of them. I barely got out of that fight with Shoto here. As Izuku sees 2 Nomu coming out of the woods. And Izuku is like, I got this. As he makes an electricity bow and arrow and says, I do everything like this. As he supercharges the arrow and shoots it at the Nomu, quickly frying them. But one of them starts running back for some reason. As Momo gives something to Izuku, and Izuku's like, understood. As with his cloud, and he shoots the bow and arrow with like a cloud arrow, and it has a sticky property, so it sticks to the back of the neck of the Nomu that it hit. And yeah, that's how that goes. So Izuku, being quite happy with that, yeah, so a couple days later, Momo had given the information from the tracker to the heroes, and Izuku, because she trusted him. But Izuku, knowing that as far as he knew no one was caught, they never went there, so he gave it back to her because no one got taken away. At least as far as Izuku knows. No one got taken away, guys, I'm just kidding. Anyway, as Izuku and his entire class watch on the big TV, same with as I was at the press conference, Izuku and the entire class watch as All Might versus All for One plays out. And All Might was defeating him. And near the end, All Might got destroyed by one of All for One's attacks. But Izuku was happy because he saw that All Might was saving somebody for it. And as its entire class watched in anticipation, they watched as All Might defeated All for One. And their entire class celebrated. Because their teacher, All Might beat the strongest villain. So yeah, but they were also quite shocked that the very next day, All Might retired. And yeah, Izuku understood why, because All Might just said in the press conference that he couldn't use his quirk anymore. And yeah. So, Izuku now, being in class, as he was listening to the lesson, Aizawa brought up internships. But, they were work studies this time. As Izuku asked more information, Aizawa quickly explained that that's what they'll be doing. But before that, they'd be doing the provisional hero license exam, which was the next day. As Izuku was like, oh, okay. As the entire class was given the rest of the day off to prepare. And yeah, so the next day, Izuku and his entire class and, the rest of the schools arrive at the exam site. And as the proctor examiner provides all the information, as the man says, and like this place will fold out, that will be phase 1. There are 3 phases in total. As he says, phase 1, capture and collect, we'll call it, because I forgot the names. Izuku immediately tried to stay with his class, but, they all got split up in the massive earthquake when everyone was getting fired at. As Izuku with his lightning quirk quickly shot at people, but, most of them could dodge it, like the girl who can fold herself into her body. And Izuku, who saw this, went to go get some easy points and threw it at her legs. As the girl quickly panicked and got electrocuted, Izuku got the points he needed, and he only needed 2 more. As Izuku quickly searched for more people, he was met by a girl and quickly pinned to a rock as this was Kami. And she's like, you're so cute, but I'll have to get you out. As she is about to press on one of his buns, and does. As she goes to get the other one, Izuku knees her in the stomach and electrocutes her a ton. But as she recovers, she's like, that hurt. As she falls over. As Izuku goes to get the points, he's kicked in the face, but Izuku, knowing this is not a fight he can win, he quickly flies away with his cloud. And he spots he spots in a city zone one of the ninja. As Izuku blindsides the entire group and gets one person both of their points. As the entire group goes for his single counter left, the proctor says Izuku Midoriya has completed the exam. As Izuku starts walking off, as one of them throws the ball at the counter, but nothing happens. As they're like, oh, he's Izuku. And yeah. So, basically the same exact thing happened in the rescue thing. And yeah, we'll say, sorry if you guys think I'm rushing this, but the same exact thing for the same 2 parts of the second and third phase happens. Just, Izuku can fly with a cloud and electricity. So, he probably just nearly defeats King Orca is all. And yeah, that's it. So, Izuku does the same exact thing with Night Eye. Except when Night Eye and Izuku meet up for a fight, Izuku does a little damage to Night Eye with electricity in his fingertips, and he throws it at Night Eye, and it hits his eyes. As Night Eye goes to rub them, Izuku knees him in the stomach, and with a massive ball of electricity shoots it at Night Eye. But Night Eye, now being able to see Izuku's future again, dodges it, and, Izuku ends up losing still. But he still gets signed by Night Eye in the end. And the rest of the story remains around the same. Literally the exact same, except, Izuku has the lightning quirk. Not one for all. So, yeah. That's where we'll be finishing this story off, guys. Sorry if this was a bit short. And yeah, this is Otaku signing off. Bye-bye.
You've been on my mind, girl, since the flood.